Hey, hey, hey! Hi everyone, Sat Nam, dear ones. It's lovely to have you here today. Thanks for meeting me in this space. In today's video, we're going to dive into something that is just truly important when it comes to your Kundalini meditation practice. In fact, it's the fastest way for you to focus inward, to redirect your energy, and to really go much deeper with any meditation. And if you've been struggling with poor concentration, a little bit of fuzzy thinking there, or unbalanced emotions, or even a lack of trust in your intuition, then I am absolutely positive that a few of today's tips are going to help you to be fully present, to be more stable, and to get much better results in your practice. And how that happens in Kundalini meditation is by working with your eye focus. This is all about what to do with your eyes when you meditate. So let's get to it. Hi there, welcome or welcome back. I'm Charlene Starr and I help women with their empowerment, with their self-discovery, and their healing through the art and technology of Kundalini meditations. I put together special healing systems, particularly for women, to help them move from adversity to advantage and to go from pain to peace. This is the final video, video 4 of 4 in the Essential Elements series, where I'm sharing practice tips and insights. And today we're talking about where to look when you're doing Kundalini meditations. So when asking the question, what to do with your eyes, it all begins with the yogic science of focus, which is called drishti, D-R-I-S-H-T-I, drishti. So where to look? Drishti means pure seeing, and unless you're otherwise instructed in Kundalini meditations, you practice with your eyes closed and usually focused in and up at the third eye point, which I'll talk about in a minute. And the reason that you practice with your eyes closed is because you want to reduce the amount of input that is going on around you that's filtering into your brain, so that you can better focus inward and go much deeper with any of the postures, with any of the meditations. Think of it this way. Drishti is to the eyes what asana is to the body, what the postures are to the body. And energy really follows the gaze of the eyes. And you'll see it once you start to experiment with different drishti in your practice. So let's cover a few of the drishti basics. There are 5 places that we focus the eyes in Kundalini meditation, and it really depends on which meridians and parts of the brain are to be stimulated in the practice. So the first one, and it's the most common, is referred to as the third eye point or the brow point. This is your center of awareness here that's midway between the brows, half an inch in and half an inch up. So you close your eyes down and roll the eyes up and gaze through those closed lids up at that point. This drishti stimulates your pituitary gland and helps to develop your intuition. Number 2 is the focus at the tip of the nose, when the optic nerve really concentrates right at the tip. When the optic nerve concentrates at the tip of the nose here, it really brings you to a center of balance because you're stimulating the pineal gland and the frontal lobe of the brain. New energy pathways are created this way. And a real tip here to get your eyes nice and comfortable with the focus is to use your index finger and follow your index fingertip with the gaze of your eyes, bringing them out about 6 inches past the tip of your nose. And some people might have to start here because you aren't used to the feeling of the eyes crossing and coming together this way. But you can also use that index finger not only to start your practice with your gaze out here, but as you get stronger and as your practice develops, you can bring that gaze in. Use that index finger to guide your eyes right to the tip of the nose here. And sometimes you'll need to take a break, and sometimes you can can hold it that way much longer. It's just up to you, and it'll be different each time you practice. Now note that sometimes your eyes are opened, like I just showed you, looking at the tip of your nose, and sometimes you do that through closed eyes. So it can be done either way. All right, number 3 is right here at the tip of the chin. This is called the moon center, and your eyes are closed down, and then you roll the eyes down, bringing your focus and concentration right there to the chin, which is very much used for cooling. It's calming, and you get to see yourself clearly. Number 4, the fourth drishti I want to share is when you bring your focus up here to the crown chakra. It's also referred to here as the 10th gate, right at the top of the head. Your eyes are closed, they're rolled up again right here, looking almost like you're looking through the top of your head. And this stimulates the pineal again and the crown energy center, the crown chakra, which is all about enlightenment and wisdom and consciousness. All right, on to the 5th one. It's when you have your eyes 1/10 open. The eyelids are light, they're very relaxed, and just a little bit open. So 1/10 open. This is stimulating the optic nerve, and having those eyes slightly open so that your system doesn't shut down. You know, sometimes you can want to fall asleep during meditation, so having that view a little bit open keeps you very active and in the moment and present. It's going to make you calm, it's going to develop your intuition, and the eye focus might vary. Some people will call it 1/10 open, some people call it 9/10 closed. It's the same thing. And I want us to practice a bit with drishti today. So our shared practice is going to be with the meditation for prosperity. It is a fantastic meditation for providing guidance and to help you see the way through any block, where the future becomes really clear, anxiety just flows away, and it brings you to a beautiful neutral mind so that your intuition can be strong, so you can gain some wisdom and have a strong sense of self-guidance so that you can hold anything that comes to you. Never swayed, holding closely to your path. So here the posture is done in easy pose, so comfortable cross-legged pose with a slight neck lock where you float the chin back a bit so your spine is nice and tall. Now I'm going to move back a bit so that you can see me. You can see me better, and I can be seated in a comfortable spot here. Your arms are bent at the elbow, and the elbows are tucked into your sides, and you have your forearms parallel to the ground. Palms are pointing, or palms are facing upward, wrists are nice and straight, and then touch the tip of your thumb to the tip of your index finger here. This is Gyan Mudra for wisdom and knowledge, and remember you learned that in video 2 in the Essential Element series on what to do with your hands. All right, so having everything tucked in, those arms are parallel with the ground here, heart is open. We'll work with a mantra, Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. And this is the mantra that clears any blocks. It's expressing the 3 different qualities of the mantra Har, H-A-R. So we've got the seed or the Bij mantra, which is Har, which is all about creative infinity. So you're bringing in that creative aspect of infinity with each version of the mantra. Then you've got the second version of Har, which is Hare, Hare, bringing in the flow of that creative infinity. And then finally, the completion of Har is Hari, Hari. So you're bringing that to completion. So seed, flow, and completion, Har, Hare, Hari. And then Waheguru is the absolute bliss of going from the darkness to the light and bringing that inner teacher to the forefront. All right, now eyes are either closed and focused in and up at that brow point, at the third eye point, or you can choose to have your eyes open and looking down at the tip of the nose. And we'll chant for about 3 minutes, bringing that practice of the drishti right in. So you get to choose third eye point or at the tip of the nose. I'm going to do tip of the nose today, so practice along with me. I'll have a beautiful version for us here. Har, Hare, Hari, Waheguru. So listen in and then join in. Har Hare Hari, Waheguru. 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 Last time. Har Hare Hari, Waheguru. Take a big breath in. Hold the pose. Hold the focus. Hold the breath. Exhale. Again, big breath in. Hold. Keep that gaze. Keep the breath in. Keep the posture. Exhale. Last time. Inhale nice and deep and long. And hold. And release. Release the hands, release the gaze. You can stretch the arms up, reach up. You can bring your fingers to the palms of your hands, shake the arms out on the way down. Good, 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 everybody. Be sure to look for the other videos in the Essential Elements series. There's one on how to breathe, breath basics, one on what to do with your hands, mudras, one on where to look, this one here on Drishti, and one on the magic of mantras. So next week, I'll be sharing meditation mistakes and how to avoid them, so don't miss out. If you found this video helpful and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Hit that red subscribe button, and while you're at it, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the free content and great Kundalini meditation videos that I'm sharing here. So thank you so much. And if you want to learn more about the healing systems and what I do, then please check out my free downloadable. It's brand new. It's my Stress Relief Quick Start Toolkit, where I'll teach you the 3 simple steps to meditation-based approaches so you can be stress-free and navigate stress with more ease. I'm always happy to be giving out ways to support you so that you can handle these changing times with more ease. And you can pick that up at charlenestar.com/stress relief. And I'll also put that link down below for you. So I hope that you find what you're looking for with these eye focuses. Light to all, love to all, peace to all. Satnam, Satnam, dear ones. Whoop. And remember, what you see really does depend on what you look for. Whoop.